Welcome to the Formula EFR World Championship Round 1 of the Australian Grand Prix. Formula EFR is a championship in which some of the more interesting Formula 1 characters of the last 25 years will do battle against one another in their respective cars they drove for. Running on your screen right now is the starting grid. Rosberg, Vettel, and Schumacher round out a top three that is all German, with Mark Webber, Mika Hakkinen, Jenson Button, Takuma Sato, Kimi Räikkönen, Vitaly Petrov, and Heinz-Harald Frentzen, rounding out your top 10 of 30 cars starting this race. Of course, 50 attempted this race. Big surprise up there has got to be Takuma Sato, qualifying 7th. His teammate is not in the top 10. Max Verstappen in the Toro Rosso. Lewis Hamilton, bad qualifying run in 12th. Pastor Maldonado, 13th. Kamui Kobayashi doing heroics in the Caterham in 14th. Lance Stroll, 15th in the Racing Point. 16th for Ralf Schumacher in the Toyota. 17th for Nico Hülkenberg in the Force India. 18th for Glock in the Toyota. 19th for Alesi in the Benetton, and another heroic effort by Jules Bianchi in the Manor in 20th position. I don't believe his teammate Pascal Wehrlein qualified for the race. The final group of cars to make it through into the race are Jacques Villeneuve in the BAR, Enrique Bernoldi, another driver we didn't really expect to get on the actual grid for this race, in the Arrows. Gerhard Berger, disappointing qualifying run in Benetton, tied with Nick Heidfeld in 24th. In the Sauber, Shinji Nakano in the Prost in 25th. Fernando Alonso, 26th in the Renault. 27th for Montoya. 28th for Irvine's Jaguar. 29th for Giovinazzi in the Alfa Romeo. And 30th for Damon Hill in the Jordan. Mezzacani, Magnussen, Massa, Badouar, Grosjean, Wehrlein, D'Ambrosio, Sutil, Pizzonia, Ricardo, Leclerc, Perez, Jung, Yamamoto, he whose name shall not be mentioned, Takagi, Degrassi, Kovalainen, Speed, and Karthikeyan will all not be qualifying for the race today in their respective cars. This is a track map of the facility today here for the for the Australian Grand Prix. This is the Surfers Paradise circuit. Very small street circuit, one of the smallest ones we go to all year. Going to be interesting to see how they handle this tight and twisty street circuit here in Surfers Paradise, Australia. Going to be interesting to see if the tight natures of this track will cause issues today. Let's take a look at some of the pre-race stars of the day so far. This is Nico Rosberg, of course, our pole sitter. 3 Germans, actually, on the first 3 spots. That's Sebastian Vettel in 2nd position, and alongside in 3rd position is Michael Schumacher. Schumacher's teammate Luca Badoer didn't even qualify for the race. Of course, Ferrari is known to have a no number 1 and number 2 driver, also known as Schumacher's lackeys, and Badoer didn't qualify for the race today in a very high-profile car. So I'm not sure how Ross Brawn in the Ferrari will do today. We'll be too happy about that. Mark Webber in 4th position. And then Mika Hakkinen and Jenson Button are a very strong combo for McLaren on this day today. Let's go back a little further here. There's some drivers I do want to take a look at. This will be, I got to give a lot of credit to Kamui Kobayashi. Kamui Kobayashi somehow qualifying this high up the grid is quite honestly quite special. In a Caterham, his teammate Heikki Kovalainen qualified, I believe, 47th, and he's 14th on the grid. Kobayashi doing some massive heroics in the Caterham today. Great to see that. Also, Jules Bianchi in the Manor, another driver that we're going to be watching on the grid today. Bianchi is known for being a pretty even-keel driver here in the Manor. Can't wait to see what Bianchi can do. Again, Wehrlein, his teammate, didn't qualify either for the race, and Enrique Bernoldi in the Arrows qualifies. His teammate Tora Takagi didn't even make the qualifying run either. Again, another car that we did not expect to be on the grid today. A couple more cars that are a little further back than we would have thought they were. Let's take a look at Gerhard Berger and Jean Alesi in the Benettons. Those cars are pretty quick. and they are down the order quite a ways. I am quite surprised to see Berger and Alesi down in the lower results here. Going to be interesting to see if they can score points today here in Australia. Alesi, you can't really see his car behind the trees there, behind the palm tree there, but it's going to be very interesting to see if Jean Alesi and Gerhard Berger can be on the grid today. Nico Rosberg and Sebastian Vettel lead the field down to the green here in Formula EFR's debut race of the season here in Surfers Paradise, Australia. Rosberg and Vettel get off to a good start. Rosberg a little better there. Michael Schumacher in third gets off to a fantastic start in the lone Ferrari in this race. And down to turn one, they all fly. As here they go through the chicane complex there, the Red Bulls and I believe Jenson Button take to the little runoff area. Stewards said they were not going to be too picky about that. Did everybody make it through in the back? We got some three wide further back. That's Fernando Alonso and the only Renault. His teammate, Daniel Ricciardo did not qualify very well. Oh, we got a stack up now. Further up the track here, looks like, oh, it's one of the Red Bulls. And, oh, we got Frentzen around as well. Oh, we got a big crash in the back. That is, it looks like Nick Heidfeld's in it. We got a number of cars involved in this incident here. That was Nico Hülkenberg as well. And this started with Sebastian Vettel getting into the wall. And, well, this was just a big stack up here. Actually, Weber gets involved. And, oh, wow. A lot of pushing there. And Weber, who does not like his teammate very much, flips Vettel over. Luckily there. And that's where everybody else starts getting contact there. Looks like one of the Toyotas. That was a Glock, I believe. Schumacher went around as well, and the other Toyota, Ralf Schumacher did, and Nico Hülkenberg is going to go out of the race here. And there's a big stack up back here. Eddie Irvine involved. Looks like we got Damon Hill and Antonio Giovinazzi getting through there. Oh, looks like one of the Toyotas with a lot of problems there. That's Enrique Bernoldi, Ralf Schumacher, Heinz-Harald Frentzen, Eddie Irvine, and Vettel getting involved as well. So Sebastian Vettel not going to have a great start here. Neither will the two Jordans. What a messy start. At the front of the field, after midway through the third lap of the race, we have Nico Rosberg, Michael Schumacher, Mika Hakkinen, Takuma Sato, Jenson Button, Kimi Räikkönen, Max Verstappen in 7th, with Maldonado 8th, Stroll 9th. The last point spot is Lewis Hamilton, who did not qualify well at all in this race. Kamui Kobayashi in the Caterham is one position outside of getting a point. With Jean Alesi in 12th, we knew those Benettons would be flying through the field. Glock is 13th, Villeneuve 14th, 15th for Bianchi, 16th for Montoya, or actually I believe that is 16th for Montoya, 17th for Alonso, 18th for Nakano, 19th for Berger, 20th for Giovinazzi, 21st for Bernoldi, and then you've got, oh, looks like more problems for Sebastian Vettel in the Red Bull. It was not Red Bull's dream start to the weekend today, as Weber and Vettel are right now outside of the points, and I'm sure Christian Horner will be upset about that. Irvine and Bernoldi would have to pit with, to get some damage repaired on their cars. They lost some front wing damage on that. Berger also involved. Luckily, it was a low-speed incident, so a lot of cars did not have issues. Hamilton also on pit road with damage. A lot of front wings off in that stack up there, and that's going to have the front of the field kind of escape pretty easily there. The top three of Rosberg, Schumacher, and Hakkinen have a huge gap over 4th position. That being all the way back here with Kimi Räikkönen in the Lotus here. 5th is Verstappen, and Verstappen is very quick on track, trying to actually chase down Kimi Räikkönen here. Verstappen in the Toro Rosso. His teammates qualified all the way down in 49th, that being Scott Speed. Down in 49th position here. There goes Verstappen trying to get up to the order here. That is also Hamilton with more problems. Lewis Hamilton had a lot of front-end damage from that incident there. Hamilton once again pitting. Nico Rosberg has been held up quite massively here by Jacques Villeneuve in the BAR Honda. And now we've got Schumacher really closing in here. Hakkinen's actually lost a bit of ground here on the two leaders here of Rosberg and Schumacher. Schumacher is looking very quick there in the one car. And the Ferrari, like I said, he has no teammate in this race as Luca Badoer, I keep saying that wrong, did not qualify for this race. He was down in 34th, I believe. Not what Ferrari wants to see. But there's Nico Rosberg trying his best to, well, actually, it looks like Villeneuve is starting to pull away here. Also, you've got Rosberg's teammate Hamilton, who's a number of laps down, 2 laps down, with consistent problems with that car. Just trying to keep his foot in it and at least hope that there's a lot more incidents throughout the day. Vitaly Petrov also got a bit of damage from that incident there, and Petrov would come down pit road. He is now a couple of laps down dealing with mechanical issues and just trying to repair some issues with that car. He's going to come out right around the 2 leaders here. Oh, he's going to wreck Villeneuve! Oh, he wrecked Villeneuve! Petrov merges out of the pits and Villeneuve was there. That was a battle for position. No, that wasn't a battle for position. They were Petrov's 2 laps down compared to Villeneuve's 1. And here is Vitaly Petrov. And what is Petrov doing? There's no way he was going to make that. And he had to know that bonsai move there wasn't going to fly. We're on board with Vitaly Petrov's helmet came here. We're going to watch this. He guns it. And Vitaly Petrov tries to get in front of Villeneuve, and that's not going to work. Not going to work at all there, Vitaly. That was kind of silly. And I'm guessing the stewards are going to want to have a word with you. Shinji Nakano had a great start to the race, but he would lose control and go into the wall, and that would actually cause him to pit because he's got some suspension damage on his right side. So Shinji Nakano, great run here in 12th position, has to bring it down pit road, though. And with that, actually, with all kind of the calamity we've had Jules Bianchi in the Manor in 10th position in front of Juan Pablo Montoya as well. So Jules Bianchi doing a great job in the Manor. Also, Kamui Kobayashi in the Caterham is at 8th. Lance Stroll in 7th with Maldonado 6th. Verstappen still in 5th, trying to reel in Kimi Räikkönen as he is held up by Nick Heidfeld in the Sauber. Rosberg now is really being held up by Villeneuve once again here, as Villeneuve has gone another lap down with all the damage repair he's had to do. And this is really going to put Schumacher on Rosberg's tail here. And Schumacher will be a driver to watch to see if he's going to try one of his impassioned moves to possibly win this race. Also, you can see a little further back, you've got Hakkinen in the McLaren doing his best to get up to the grid as well. And a little further back, there you got some lap cars there behind Petrov of Glock and Alonso. Berger in 19th, not a great start for him. And still you have Räikkönen and Verstappen there battling for 4. There is a train of cars now behind Nick Heidfeld, all trying to get by him. These are all lead lap cars trying to get by Nick Heidfeld here, and it's actually causing, well, Räikkönen's had issues. That's caused Verstappen, obviously, to close in. Now Maldonado, Stroll, and now Kamui Kobayashi and the Caterham are really closing in now on this group of cars here that's stuck behind Nick Heidfeld. Heidfeld really needs to get out of the way today, and Formula EFR stewards won't be too happy with Heidfeld after this if he does not get out of the way. Heidfeld and Räikkönen would be the first cars to bring it down pit road. Actually, a lot of these drivers are bringing it down pit road. So is Hakkinen and Schumacher. I believe Rosberg stayed out. Yes, Rosberg did stay out, so we've got scheduled pit stops here. Oh, we got Damon Hill spinning! And that's Lewis Hamilton as well there. That is not good for Damon Hill. And this is, again, another situation. Oh, no, Damon Hill just overcooked it there and spun it out, trying to get out of the pits. Not sure what that was all about. But Damon Hill not doing well for Jordan. Rosberg now pits from the lead of the race here. I'm going to take a look here. Where is, oh, looks like Hakkinen's quite a ways behind Schumacher now. Bad pit stop by the McLaren Brigade, and a really good pit stop by the Ferrari boys. And that's actually going to put Takuma Sato. I don't know if Sato's pitted yet. In between, I believe that is in provisional 3rd. No, Sato's pitting now. What am I saying? And now Hakkinen's got the sole purpose to try and chase down Michael Schumacher up there as they romp towards this corner up ahead here. Oh, whoa! That is Nico Rosberg behind Schumacher, so Schumacher has taken over the lead of the race. Yes, here it is. Schumacher blasting by Nico Rosberg here. But these two drivers have been very close, and they have to now chase down Damon Hill, the lap car, which could be a problem. Oh, we had an incident there on the wall, it looks like. Shinji Nakano once again would spin it out and hit into the wall there. I'm guessing that's going to be a trip to the pit lane after that. as well. So Shinji Nakano having some difficulties with this track. Mark Webber is up into 7th position after wrecking, I believe, on the first lap of the race. Yes, he did wreck, obviously, flipped over his teammate Vettel, who was surprisingly still in the race. Webber, I don't believe he's pitted yet, and he doesn't look very quick on track either. Gerhard Berger has now caught Kamui Kobayashi, and this is going to be a battle that I don't think would have ever seen. And that is Gerhard Berger and Kamui Kobayashi doing battle between a Benetton and a Caterham on the grid here. Going to be, I'm interested to see, is Berger and Kobayashi going to, is Kobayashi going to be difficult for Berger to get by? As you can see, Nico Rosberg is losing time to Michael Schumacher in the lead of the race. Schumacher looking to put his stamp of authority on this race. However, he has to deal with a number of lap cars. Damon Hill, Lewis Hamilton, Mark Webber down to 18th, by the way. It's just because the lead lap cycle hadn't been registered yet after he pitted. So Shinji Nakano still in front of Mark Webber. Jenson Button, really bad pit stop for Button. Oh, Nakano with problems, it looks like. I'm not sure, was that a problem with Nakano, or did he just lose it on a straightaway? I'm not sure, but it was very close here by Shinji Nakano. And now race leader Michael Schumacher's caught a gaggle of lapped cars here. Damon Hill, Lewis Hamilton, Mark Webber, Shinji Nakano, and Jenson Button there as well. Button's in 14th, keep in mind. Sato is in 13th. 12th is Giovinazzi. 11th is still Montoya trying to chase down Jules Bianchi. Bianchi doing his best to hold off the Williams driver of Juan Pablo Montoya. But anyway, back to the race leader of Michael Schumacher. He is already losing all kinds of that ground he gained here on Nico Rosberg. And now I'm actually guessing Hakkinen and, I don't think... Oh, Alesi up to 4th. Alesi and Maldonado have gotten by Raikkonen on the Raikkonen and Verstappen on the pit stop cycle. So good to see Jean Alesi and Pastor Maldonado doing their best getting to the field. Maldonado is quite a bit quicker than Alesi, though. I'm very interested to see what Maldonado is going to do here. Timo Glock has had a miserable race here, and this is like the 3rd time he's been on pit road recently with mechanical problems. I don't believe he has any damage of any type, but just a lot of mechanical problems for Timo Glock. And now Nico Rosberg is all over the rear wing of, all over the gearbox of Michael Schumacher here. Rosberg coming up to the halfway mark of this race. Was the pole sitter today, but it needs to find a way around Schumacher here. Ooh, looks like a little bit of, well, I don't know how to say that, but Shinji Nakano didn't seem to take that chicane very well and is holding up the entire field. Oh, wow. Webber didn't get a good run off that corner, though. Shinji Nakano would actually bring it down pit road here, and that would let Mark Webber and Damon Hill kind of blast away there. Maybe that won't hold up some of the leaders as much, though. Mika Hakkinen definitely going with a short pitting strategy here. He pitted a couple of laps ago, and now it's going to be very interesting because Mika Hakkinen is going to be in a situation in which I think some of these, if it comes down to a 3-stop race, Hakkinen could be a strong factor here. But Michael Schumacher and Nico Rosberg are definitely doing the 2-stop strategy. This is actually going to promote Maldonado to 3rd with Raikkonen 4th. Alesi has pitted. I believe Alesi is also doing the 3-stop strategy. Yes, he is down in 15th position on the grid. Oh, looks like we got a side-by-side battle here as they're trying to get by Shinji Nakano. I believe Nakano did something stupid again. Yeah, Shinji Nakano's very slow on track right now. And you're going to see here as he's going to let some people by, he's got some problems with that car. Maybe a loose-fitting lug nut or loose-fitting nut on that car. And you're going to see he's going to hold up the leaders there. And he's going to let Schumacher by, but not Rosberg. And Rosberg's going to have to make a move around him here. And this is going to be very interesting. And Nakano turns Rosberg! And that is the 2nd place car out of it. It looks like that is Alesi involved as well. And we got another stack up here. But that means Nico Rosberg from 2nd position was taken out by Shinji Nakano. And I am willing to bet that's going to be a steward's inquiry on Shinji Nakano there. We're on board with Nico Rosberg here. You can see Michael Schumacher kind of getting away here, and Nakano just hooks him. Absolutely just dumps him. And here we go. He had to realize, yes, he had to realize Rosberg was there and just turned left into it. And that's where Lacey gets involved as well as I believe that's Ralph Schumacher maybe, or is that Timo? No, Schumacher is out, so that's got to be Glock. And because of all that side pod damage, Nico Rosberg would have to pit from second position and go a lap down in the process. However, with so many cars a lap down from that first lap stack up, well, he might still be able to get some points, but it's going to be difficult. Michael Schumacher from the lead pits, and this is going to be obviously a scheduled stop here on lap 21. This promotes Pastor Maldonado into second position in this race. Pastor Maldonado in the Williams has had a fantastic showing today, and I believe he is going to bring it down pit road. No, he is not. I think Maldonado's actually going to get the lead out of this for a bit here. Obviously, it's on pit stop cycle, but where is Schumacher? Yes, Maldonado is going to take a brief lead here. Oh, we got an accident further up the track. That's Giovinazzi in the Alfa Romeo there, wrecking. I believe they're probably overcooked it coming out of the pit. Giovinazzi actually catches his left rear on that inside wall there, and that's what kicks him around. And so Gio is going to lose a couple of spots. He was in 10th position. And Mika Hakkinen on his 3-stop has gotten by Michael Schumacher. I believe this is for the lead of the race because Maldonado, I believe, has pitted, if I'm not mistaken. Maldonado has pitted. So Mika Hakkinen with the lead of this event. No, I don't. Is Maldonado pitted? No, Maldonado has just come down pit road. So that will be an interesting fight there for Pastor Maldonado. I believe now Hakkinen's got to be the leader right now because Maldonado has brought it down pit road. So now on his 3-stop strategy, Hakkinen has the lead of the race. However, can they amend it to save fuel? No, they cannot. And Hakkinen's going to bring it down pit road here once again. And that's going to put Schumacher back in the lead. Also, it looks like Nick Heidfeld on pit road with issues as well. So Hakkinen and Button, the 2 McLaren drivers, bringing it down pit road. And we're interested in to see as how will Maldonado play into this. Looks like Maldonado's very easily going to get second position. Very easily gets second position. What this does is actually puts Max Verstappen in third in the Toro Rosso. Toro Rosso car in third with, I believe, Raikkonen fourth and Stroll fifth. With Kobayashi, oh gosh, Kamui Kobayashi in the Caterham is almost fighting for a top 5. Michael Schumacher will bring it down pit road again here, so they're amending his strategy a little bit here, and I believe Maldonado, and I think I misspoke. I meant to say that Hakkinen might be on a 4-stop strategy, not a 3. And here goes Maldonado blasting by to take over the lead of the race on Schumacher here. I'm interested to see where Hakkinen is in comparison to Schumacher. There is Mika Hakkinen on track here. This is going to be very interesting now. Onto the front stretch is Mika Hakkinen. Where is Michael Schumacher? There he is! And comes out right in front of Schumacher. Mika Hakkinen right now is the provisional leader of the race. However, I don't know what. Maldonado, Verstappen, and now Stroll, oh no, Raikkonen, and Stroll, Kobayashi, and Rosberg are doing. Actually, you got to throw a Lacey and Bianchi in there as well with, it's before you get back to Hakkinen, so all of those drivers still need to pit. I believe, but Pastor Maldonado is having a race of a lifetime today. Winner of the Spanish GP in 2012, I believe. Maldonado could be on a way to another victory here in Surfers Paradise in Australia. Oh, we have pit road contact between Lewis Hamilton and Timo Glock. Man, those two, they used to be great friends after Brazil 2008. And, well, Hamilton's going to get a lot of damage from Timo Glock there. Raikkonen from third on pit road as well. Where is Maldonado is a good question. Still leading the race here with Verstappen in second. And back to third now is Lance Stroll with Kamui Kobayashi fourth and Nico Rosberg fifth. Before you eventually get back to Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher. And these two drivers will be duking it out like they did the entire 98, 99, and, well, not 99, because Schumacher was injured, and 2000 seasons. Michael Schumacher and Mika Hakkinen. Maldonado is quite a ways in front of this group here, with Stroll in second, now Rosberg to third, because everybody else has decided to bring it down pit road. But the benefit for them is Hakkinen and Schumacher are stuck in very heavy lap traffic. And Verstappen, I gotta find out where Verstappen is. Coming out in fourth, that's a good spot for him here. Not too far behind some of these other drivers here, but the way pit stops are gonna play out, it's gonna be interesting because now you've got Schumacher and Hakkinen. They're duking it out for the provisional victory here behind some of these lap cars and slower cars on the lead lap. Maldonado is on pit road, though. And so there's going to go his lead. But Maldonado could win this race simply because he might get one less pit stop than these drivers. Can these drivers make it to the end is a good question here. Can Hakkinen and Schumacher make it to the end? We don't think Hakkinen can. Maldonado's coming out of the pits, I believe, in third. And there goes Raikkonen. Oh. No, Raikkonen's a lap down now. Some must have had some issues with Raikkonen there. And now, Maldonado could be on his way to a victory on pit strategy here, the Williams Brigade might be. But now, oh, Schumacher got by Hakkinen. We got to see how that happened. Yeah, Schumacher goes here. Schumacher lost it. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Button there. I'm sorry, Schumacher lost the rear end of the car. Oh, I got confused there. That's Jenson Button back there. Hakkinen's got a huge lead now. But Hakkinen would have to pit. My Schumacher surprisingly stays out after damaging his car. The eyes all turn to Maldonado. Can Maldonado make it the rest of the way on no pit stops? Castro Maldonado could win this race. Meanwhile, Hakkinen is now behind Lance Stroll here, who is now the provisional leader. I don't know how that... Oh, Stroll has not pitted yet. Man, Lance Stroll. Oh, my goodness. I didn't even consider that. Lance Stroll could end up winning this race on pit strategy now. All kinds of pit strategy here around this circuit. Here at Surfers Paradise. Very tight quarters circuit here. He's about to be passed, though, by Hakkinen, so he's going to have to hope for... He is going to try and do one less pit stop than everybody else. But right about now is when you're probably needing to pit, and I don't think Stroll's got a shot at it. Oh, also Eddie Irvine with a lot of problems there with the Jaguar. Lots of problems there for the Jaguar there. Montoya, which is Maldonado's teammate. Oh, wrecks it with Irvine, and there's Glock in another incident. Oh, no, 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 no. That was bad by Eddie Irvine. Bad, bad, bad. And so now he's holding up Stroll here. Hakkinen's going to get by. And now here comes the Williams there of Montoya. And Glock there. And I don't know. Let's go back and look again. And again, I think it was just Irvine turning in there as an irresponsible lapped car. And, well, that was kind of silly there. So right now the running order is Schumacher. Now Jenson Button, who has had a really quick rise through the field here because of Schumacher consistently having to, because of that little incident there, Schumacher lost a lot of time. Button is on the same strategy as Schumacher. And now third position is Maldonado back there, but can these two drivers make it to the end of the race, that being Schumacher and Button? Bernoldi is in 20th. And there's no point even going back to the field so far because we don't know if anybody's got a pit yet. I'm completely lost on pit strategy right now. Here in this 42-lap race, and is Schumacher going to have to pit? No, he is not, but he is maybe going to get held up by Bernoldi. Button comes down pit road. Jenson Button down pit road. That's going to bring Maldonado up to second position. And Schumacher gets by Bernoldi. What's interesting here, though, is Jenson Button coming out of the pits is actually ahead of his teammate Mika Hakkinen. So his long stop strategy is actually going to pay off for him here. I believe, yes it will. And in between them is Jewel Bianchi. Behind Kamui Kobayashi, both the McLarens are. I actually think, oh, Schumacher in. Question is, where's Maldonado? I believe this is going to put Maldonado in the lead of the race. Pastor Maldonado takes over the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. And oh my goodness, if anybody would have thought Pastor Maldonado could win the first race of the season on pit strategy. Oh, but Maldonado has to go through the runoff area and lose a bunch of time there. And this is actually going to put Verstappen close to him. And Verstappen is on the same pit strategy as Maldonado, keep in mind. Where is Schumacher in relation to Button? Button must have had a really quick stop because Button blasts by Schumacher. Bianchi blasts by him, as does Hakkinen. So it was a really bad pit call here by... Oh, they got to repair Schumacher's damage. So there might be a no points day for Michael Schumacher and Ferrari because obviously Luca Badoer did not qualify for this race here. And now, if you're Max Verstappen, you've got to find a way by Villeneuve and Giovinazzi. And that's going to be your race is on the line here, Max Verstappen. In your Toro Rosso, you've got to catch Pastor Maldonado in the lead of the race. And this is where things are getting very interesting now. Because 3 to go, nobody expected Maldonado to be near the front of the field, but can Maldonado make it on one less stop than everybody else? Or can any of these drivers make it on one less stop? Juan Pablo Montoya with a lot of damage to his car finally brings it down pit road. He was, of course, involved in the incident with Eddie Irvine. Max Verstappen making a move on Giovinazzi. Around the outside there. Oh, that's a slow car there by Gio there. And now he's got to chase down Pastor Maldonado, who is in a very, very tight situation here. He is stuck behind Damon Hill and Fernando Alonso. Alonso being very much of a predicament driver here. And Maldonado has got to get by some of these drivers. Hill makes contact with Maldonado there, but luckily Hill lets him go. Maldonado coming to the white flag now. Long way back to Verstappen here. But Maldonado is stuck in very heavy lap traffic. It's been a wild and crazy Australian Grand Prix. Nobody would have thought Pastor Maldonado would have been a race-winning contender going in, but because of circumstances not a lot of people expected, Maldonado takes the white flag for the Williams team. He is stuck behind Nick Heidfeld now in the Sauber. Oh, we got a very slow McLaren there. That's Mika Hakkinen getting into contact there with Alonso. Hakkinen's car not doing very well here. Oh, this could be huge for Maldonado. Maldonado makes it 3 wide on the outside there on Hakkinen. And here we go. Will they be able to get by Mika Hakkinen cleanly? There goes Verstappen 3 wide around there. Around both the Benetton there of Berger and Hakkinen. Pastor Maldonado. I don't believe we'll be denied. Though, how is Hakkinen doing back there? Oh, there's an accident with Berger. Accident with Gerhard Berger. As the McLaren broke down. GP2 engine strikes McLaren again. Pastor Maldonado comes through the final corner. And who'd ever believe that Pastor Maldonado on pit strategy is going to win the Formula EFR debut race here at the Australian Grand Prix here at Surfers Paradise. Second position goes to Max Verstappen. And third goes to Lance Stroll. So we have, we got an accident further up the track here. Who was that? That was a Mercedes there. Cars all over the place now after the yellow. So we have a Williams, Toro Rosso, and Racing Point on the podium today. Nobody would have ever thought that. Nobody would have ever thought that due to pit strategy. Schumacher had to pit again. For some reason, Rosberg comes home fourth. Kamui Kobayashi in the Caterham comes home fifth. What a showing by the Caterham driver. Jenson Button sixth. Seventh for Sato. Eighth for Weber. Ninth goes to Kimi Räikkönen. Who's going to get the last point? Oh, looks like, for Alonso and Bianchi. Bianchi, he was coming to the checkered. And he's in between the pit wall there. He's going for points. And he's not going to get it. No. Bianchi was going to get a point today. And he's stuck in between the wall. Räikkönen brings it home there. And it's Bianchi and Alonso are not getting along there. And he tries to get across the line there. And I don't know who finished 10th, really. Räikkönen comes home 9th, and it's going to be Alonso for 10th. So the manner is slow here, and Alonso is going for 10th with Bianchi. They're beating and banging off each other. Bianchi puts Alonso into the wall there, and Alonso's going to get the last point because of it. That's some NASCAR-type driving there, everybody. Pastor Maldonado is the victor today with Max Verstappen second, Lance Stroll third, Nico Rosberg fourth, Kamui Kobayashi fifth, sixth goes to Jenson Button, seventh goes to Sato, eighth goes to Weber, ninth goes to Räikkönen, and 10th goes to that amazing battle there between Fernando Alonso and Jules Bianchi for 10th there. I'm pretty sure Bianchi won't be too happy with that, but he had to do whatever I'm pretty sure Alonso won't be too happy about that. Bianchi was trying everything he could to get a point today. This was, of course, a really topsy-turvy race. 11th, Lacey outside of the points. 12th goes to Bianchi outside of the points. Villeneuve, 13th. Schumacher had all kinds of problems at the end of the race. Very long time on pit road. Went a lap down because of it. Then 14th, Montoya, 15th. Hakkinen blows up from, I believe, 6th on the grid, or 7th on the order. He blows up, comes home 16th, or doesn't come home 16th. Petrov 17th, Bernoulli 18th, Berger 19th, Hamilton 20th. Hamilton didn't get a great start to the season. 21st goes to Hill, 22nd goes to Giovinazzi, 23rd goes to Irvine, 24th goes to Glock, who's been in, I think, every wreck of the day Glock was in. None of them, I believe, his doing. 25th goes to Heidfeld, 3 laps down. Nakano, Vettel, Ralf Schumacher, Frentzen, and Hulkenberg all out of the race. If you want to look for points, go to the ZNP Discord here, also known as the EFR Discord. I might also start posting points after these races as well. Thank you, and we'll see you for the Grand Prix of Bahrain next time.